Yeah, okay.
Are you getting a message?
Yes, I accepted, I think.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we're recording. Yes, we think
Yes.
so.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Alyssa, good afternoon. It's good to see you again. How are you?
You too. I'm doing okay.
Good. I thought before we dive totally in this afternoon that we could um, just check in. I'd like to know how you're doing since our session last week. I thought that you covered some really excellent territory and thinking through what's going on with your eating and your pregnancy journey. And how have you been feeling about that?
I've been feeling okay. Yeah, I've been continuing to eat um gluten-free, egg-free to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
I have not done it 100%, but I've maybe maintained 70%.
Okay, that's quite
Um,
good.
yeah, I did feel, yeah, so I've been doing okay. I mean, it's still, yeah,
Okay, you're feeling
still
good about it.
difficult,
You,
but it's
you,
like,
you've got stuff to work on, it sounds like, but you feel like you're moving the ball forward.
yes,
Okay, good.
I do feel that way.
I'm glad to hear that. And where would you like to go this afternoon? What would be helpful to you to cover in our session today?
Um, I think,
Wait a minute. Something just, oh dear,
oh no,
it just stopped. All right, hold on.
it says on my screen that we're still recording.
We are, but I'm not moving. I mean, I think, I've been having trouble with my battery today.
Oh,
Okay, we're
okay,
just going to continue from there. I'm just replugged it and I think
okay,
we're okay.
okay.
Sorry, I apologize.
Sorry.
Um, anyway, we were talking about where you might like to go today.
Yeah, I think that I'm not exactly sure, but I might want to talk about alcohol today.
Okay.
Um, so I've been sober since mid-November. Still
Okay.
am.
I'm
Um,
sorry, say that again.
I still am.
Oh, you still are. You've been sober
Yeah.
since mid-November of 23.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and I feel good. I feel like I continue to feel, you know, my depression is not as bad, my anxiety is not as bad, like all the things that, they tell you will happen when you stop drinking are happening.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and I have found that I'm experiencing more of a pull to drink in maybe the last week or so. Not enough to do it because I don't remember how much I've said in the last session, but like experimenting with sobriety has been a thing I've been doing for a couple of years.
Yes.
So I'm not like super new in the process. Like I spent a good portion of last year being sober. I've been kind of exploring this in therapy for a while. Um, but yeah, I had a tough week and I felt more drawn to drinking in the last week.
It did it again. I don't know what that's about. I'll just keep clicking. So say a little bit more about that. This week, what was going on what was going on when you felt that pull a little
Yeah.
strongly?
Well, I had a tough, I, how did it start? I had a tough therapy session last Monday. Um, I had another tough day on Tuesday. I so one of my internship sites is at a college, and I got an automated text on Tuesday afternoon that shots were fired,
Okay.
not on the campus, but like steps away from my office, like kind of
Mm-hmm.
on the street opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't on campus. It wasn't like, there was no lockdown, but it just kind of it affected me. Um, I think I started to spiral a bit just about, just the reality of like, you know, I mean, I have done this many times before, but it was like another spiral of the reality of guns and mass shootings and just, working in a school where lockdowns are like now a thing. Um, so I spiraled. I think that I spent maybe 3 or 4 days in freeze. I
Okay.
did go into my office 2 days later and I found that I was not able to, I really wasn't able to get anything done. I couldn't really think straight. Um, and then I realized that I had been kind of fumbling with this like hook. I was trying to hook something and I had been doing it for like an hour. And then my husband called and it was like late in the afternoon and I realized that what I'm trying to say is I realized in that moment that I was afraid to leave my office.
Okay.
Um,
So what
yeah.
was going through your mind? What were you afraid of?
I mean, that's the thing. Nothing was really going through my mind. I didn't know that I was feeling afraid. I was stuck. And when I started to look at it from a trauma-informed perspective, I realized that my body was in freeze because I was back on campus where these shots had gone off 2 days prior. Um, and I don't know, I guess my body was just reacting to something that my brain was not aware of.
And that all sounds very reasonable. So you kind of started out that segment talking about the fact that, you work in a school, mass shootings are real, guns are everywhere. So
Yeah.
those are all real fears. They're not things that you're making up.
Yeah.
So how have you thought about that previously? What kind of walk me through as those things have occurred and they continue to occur? Like,
Yeah.
is it just freeze or is there something occurring behind that that brings you to freeze?
Mm. Um, I don't know. It's freeze and it's anger too. I get really angry. Um, yeah, I get really angry.
Okay. Say more about that. What's going on with the anger?
I mean, I'm just furious that we don't have better gun control. Um, yeah, I don't know. But that part kind of feels separate. That feels like that anger feels like I feel it into like social justice work. You know,
Yes. Hmm.
the freeze kind of feels different. It's why am I having such a hard time?
Well, you're just
Honestly,
thinking
I
it
feel
through.
like I have felt dissociated for the last week and I'm just not, I'm having a hard time holding on to things in my brain.
It's okay. What I'm hearing as you're talking about that, and even just watching you, and I did not think of the word disassociated, but what I thought was, it was very personal. So when you get angry, that's about society and social justice, and that's all wrong. But when you're in that other space, that's personal.
Yeah, I feel, yeah, yeah, it's scary. I mean, yeah,
What is
it's
it?
scary doing
Mhm.
this work. It's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
you don't know who's going to walk into your office. You don't know what people are going to say. You don't, this, I work in community mental health and it's just infuriating. Trying to make change under many systems of oppression is really hard. Um, yeah, I mean and going to a highly populated place in a, you know, historically unsafe part of the city I live in is
Mm. So underlying the whole thing, it sounds like, and correct me if this isn't what you're feeling, but I just hear that piece of it is flat out fear
yeah,
for your personal safety.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay. Well, let's just stay with that for a minute.
Yeah.
Is that real? I know as I say that, that I know the answer to that is yes, but what does it really mean?
Hmm. Um, I mean, what's coming up is that I'm not in control.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not in control.
And what does that mean to you?
Yeah, that makes me feel very unsettled. I do not like being out of control. Yeah. Yeah, because it means anything could happen.
Hmm. Is there a way, or can you think of a way, Alyssa, that you could shift your thinking on that? So it feels like you're out of control
Mhm.
because people have guns, they can come into the clinic. Is there anything where you are in control? Or is there a way to think about or even behave in it that would feel more like you were in control?
Um, to be honest, yeah. I mean, I don't know that there is a way
Hmm.
to be in control or to ensure that nothing bad is going to happen to me. And
Hmm.
what actually, I wouldn't call it comforting. Comforting is not the right word, but I feel so strongly about doing this work
Hmm.
that I'm sort of willing to be in that discomfort because
Okay.
I people need
Yes,
therapy.
they're in it too. Yeah.
And I believe strongly that therapy should not just be for people who can access it and afford it. And,
And are
so
in a
I
safe
feel,
place. Hmm.
yeah. So like, yes, I could go and work in, you know, I don't know, a private practice in a different town or something, but I don't know. I just that doesn't I don't feel as strongly about. I mean, I don't know. It's tricky. Everybody needs therapy, right? But I don't know. I feel strongly about doing the work that I'm doing where I'm doing it.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that, there's a conflict. It's like this is the work I want to do.
Mhm.
It's not safe. And what I would suggest, and I'm looking at our time and I think that, we need to wrap up for today, but um if you're going to stay in this work, which I believe that you are,
Mhm.
um, what is it that's going to happen? What would have to change in your thinking and or in the situation that would allow you to live in that space, shooting nearby, people in and out, without disassociating
Yeah.
or going to that place? Because that's then when not only are you experiencing the fear, but then the detriment to your life as a whole.
Yeah.
And I really think that that's an area you and I could explore together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think having a really solid self-care plan in place, doing
Mhm.
like, you know, regular exercises to regulate my nervous system,
Yes,
you know, vagal toning, all that stuff, I think feels like feels like ways to, stay safe in my body and continue the work that I'm
mhm.
doing.
Right. And that makes perfect sense because you would actually be, um, circumventing your body in a way from automatically going there when something happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it would require pre-planning because it's not going to change.
Yeah.
We're not suddenly everything's not going to be socially justice proper. We know that.
Hmm.
So that's an interesting idea and one that you might start working on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for our time today. And again, I think it would be helpful if we might explore this a little bit more. We got a little ways away from drinking.
It's related though. It was a numbing. It's a part of
Right. And
association. So.
but I want to acknowledge that and say yes, but where you went certainly explained why you would be vulnerable
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to that kind of
Yeah.
behavior,
Yeah.
and especially this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. I look forward to our next session.
Yeah. Likewise.
Okay. Let me stop this.
Still
Uh-oh, that was wrong.
recording.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. There we go. Are you sure you want to stop